Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin again and also the stock market today. So as you can see here, Bitcoin found support around $85,600. In my case, I opened a long position around $86,400 around this area. But also, well, actually, I protected my entry. This time I'm gonna take some small profits here, very small, because as you can see, Bitcoin is getting rejected again by the MA55 in 1 hour chart. Of course, I am getting bullish actually. I am not shorting Bitcoin. I am not interested in shorting. Actually, I'm looking for a pullback, maybe around 85, 86. As long as this area is holding, I will keep opening longs. I am not interested in shorting the Bitcoin right now. Let me show you here 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, we have a formal ADX negative here with a buy signal here, and also the volume is healthy. So I am not expecting a new low. Actually, I am not expecting, at least this week, I am not expecting 82, $81,000. It could be possible, yes, why not? But I am not expecting that. Actually, what I'm expecting right now is just Bitcoin to be in sideways here in this area between 85 and 86, and hopefully, potentially, it could be the trigger for a potential buy signal. Right now, actually, I'm watching. As you can see here, Bitcoin is holding this range. As long as it's not making a new low here, as you can see here, we have this low, we have this low, and also we have this low. It's forming a very weak trend. Well, it's not trend, it's just sideways here. But the thing is, like, we don't want to see Bitcoin actually breaking this support in actually since in December 2nd actually. And I opened a long position here because of course this is a support. Remember, I showed you yesterday using a volume profile here. As you can see, actually this area, all of this area is support, and so the next area is this area, right? Around between 82 and also $80,000. So what I'm looking right now, I am looking actually for 12-hour chart, potentially a potential swing position. I'm looking for maybe longs. Let me show you here. We don't have the signal here. It's still maybe another 1 day or two, maybe by, let me see, today is Wednesday, maybe potentially tomorrow. But as you can see here, we don't have actually evidence like Bitcoin right now is gonna crash like to zero. Of course not. Actually, I'm getting bullish, and the reason is because also weekly chart potentially is about to show us a buy signal very soon. So if you're thinking Bitcoin from here is gonna just crash to $50,000, well, I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be in sideways between 80k and 80, all this area support in the big picture, of course, between 87 and 85, as you can see here in volume profile. And also, I will be very lucky. We will actually, yes, I will be more than happy to open more longs around $80,000. But as I said before, like, I am not looking for a crash, at least not now. I am looking for sideways similar as 2021, where actually Bitcoin crashed in, as you can see here, right? It crashed in January, and after from January to actually April was in sideways here 4 months. I am looking for something like this right now. Let me change here, logarithmic. Okay, so I am looking for this scenario where, using L wave theory, this is actually a BC correction. Let me show you here, A, B, and C, and something like that. I am looking for something similar here. We have way number A, way number B, and way number C. Way number C usually is the top of, well, the top of the bull market, the previous bull market. It should be around this area, around here, around maybe 50k, 60k, around here, something like that. I am looking for. Of course, it's a theory, right? I had to clarify this because L-wave theory is not technical analysis. It's just based on the waves, and also we can use Fibonacci levels, that kind of things. We can actually try to see what actually, how is looking the market right now. This is a potential scenario, wave B, where following this theory, this could be just a complex wave. What I'm trying to say, you have two types of waves. When you see a bounce here like this, bounce, normal bounce, usually the wave number C is like choppy, right, and not very strong. But when you see a wave like this, wave number A, and usually you see the wave number B is choppy, is complicated, just in sideways. Usually the wave number C is very powerful and just it's not gonna stop. Yeah, it's just gonna keep crashing. Usually traders, L-wave traders, they are looking for always wave number C, because it's where you can actually make more profits. Yeah. So as example, as I said before, let me show you here in 2021, we have this wave number C, where I open a short position around $48,000 in that time. In my case, I closed my position around $30,000. Of course, I was just short in this area in 4-hour chart and 1-day chart, but well, I closed my position here. But as you can see here, the point is here, like wave number C, it didn't stop, right? It was massive here. Yeah, same thing here. You can apply here the same principle in 2020. 2020, Bitcoin actually this is a wave number 1. Let me show you here. Wave number 1, number 2, and number 3, number 4, and number 5. You see? So the wave number 3 is very powerful without any correction. You see? Powerful. And after that, we have the wave number 4. The wave number 4, usually when it's in sideways like this, the next wave is going to be also kind of powerful. Yeah, as you can see, no major corrections, and finally corrections here. Now, I was following this thing here, but this time it didn't work, to be honest. The L-wave theory actually didn't work, because let me show you here. Wave number 1, number 2, wave number what? 3, 4, and 5. That's the problem with this kind of theories, you see. Where is the wave number 3? It could be this one, right? It could be this one, potentially like this. So that means you have to count 5 waves internally in this wave, and this when this theory is getting more complicated. Okay, wave number 1, no wave number 2, no number 3, no number 4, and no number 5. You see, okay. You see, and it's getting more complicated and more complicated, more complicated. That's why I don't use this theory like super strong. No, something I do that I like to do is actually sorry, let me I'm gonna remove the drawings here. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so something I like to do is just in weekly chart and monthly, but even with that, sometimes it's complicated to follow this theory, right? Because the waves sometimes they are not clear. Something I can tell you, yes, this price action is looking very similar like this one, 2021. So if we think like, okay, potentially maybe from the bottom, right, is around 40%. So we can expect potentially from here, from the bottom here, around, in this case, 40% should be, well, actually 115. Honestly, I don't think that is going to happen. I think, honestly, I'm looking for maximum 25%, maximum 100K, 100K if that is the case. Around here, this volume profile around this area, because this is area actually the target usually I am in the long term, of course, right? With the support of the buy signal here. And from here, I will be more than happy to start looking for shorts potentially next year. And from here, of course, the next area of interest is this area, $75,000. And also the next one should be around here, around 65, 60K, between 55 and $65,000 is going to be the next area. So let me add again my support and resistance, because I removed it by accident here. Let me do that here. So is from this area and this area. This is my support and resistance, and also, well, my volume profile, and I'm gonna just add here my support and resistance as well. Let me do that here properly from this point on this one, and also the second area is here, and yeah, here, I think, yeah, here. This area actually in this time frame weekly chart, we can see it like actually the next area of support, it should be around from this area, actually around $81,000 and 78 around here, as you can see here. So this is actually a very strong support here. So I'm looking for a bounce here, a little bit like this. So let me show you here in 4-hour chart how it's looking. Yeah, it makes sense, right? As you can see here, we have the first bounce, now the second bounce here. I am looking for a buy signal here in some point. As long as Bitcoin is holding this area, I am looking for a buy signal. I am not looking for shorts. Okay, I need to clarify this because people, when they see red candles, they want to open shorts. No, here we don't short the supports, we don't short supports, and we don't open longs in resistance. Remember, this is a basic rule. Here we are looking for longs. We are looking for shorts. Sorry, for longs. If you want to open a short position because it's kind of like we have a sell signal here in 1-hour chart, just this is a reminder, you are shorting supports. So that is something we shouldn't do. Okay. If you want to do that, well, your probabilities to win this trade, they are actually very low. So that's why careful with your way of shorting. Okay. Okay, now let's continue with USDT. This live stream is going to be very short because, well, it's a continuation of the last one. And as you can see here, we have a potential sell signal soon. Here, let me see when the chart. We will see a sell signal very soon, potentially this week. So I will start looking for a pullback. Don't get me wrong, this is a pullback, not a crash, right? Looking for this area here. That means potentially we could see a very nice bounce for Bitcoin around maybe 94 again. And after that continuation, the trend is, my friend, until the end. And this thing is trending in the chart. So that's why eventually I am looking for a potential breakdown of $80,000 maybe next year, and continuation maybe to $60,000. Why? Because this is looking like it's getting ready for a breakout. This chart is very bullish. I am looking for a breakout where actually using volume profile, the next area of interest around 8%. Around this area is the area I am looking for. If we see this breakout here in weekly chart, of course Bitcoin will be below 80k, maybe as around 75 in a very aggressive movement, maybe around $65,000. Okay, now let's continue with in 12-hour chart. I want to see if there is something interesting. There is nothing interesting here. I think we will have to wait for a very nice position. I will just keep waiting. I'm waiting. Sometimes weeks are like this, like sometimes we cannot trade very often, but well, it's what it is, right? Okay, now let's move to the stock market. The stock market, actually, let's see if it's doing something interesting. Let's start with Adobe, because Adobe is something actually I'm trading right now. Bullish variance is still on, looking for around 400 potentially, yep. And also we have a monthly buy signal here, so I am very bullish here. ADX is actually getting negative here with a buy signal here, and also volume is actually very nice, very healthy, looking for, yes, around 440 in the long term. Because the volatility is very, very slow, I will have to wait for months, right? Let's talk about EMD. EMD is looking, we have a better variance. Potentially we could see a pullback next year to 124.25. Let's see, we have a gap here. I am not a big fan of gaps, no volume here, so I'm looking for maybe 75, 76 potentially the next pullback. Let's talk about BABA. As you can see here, pullback all the way down to 125. The trend is your friend until the end, so that's why here no shorts. I am looking for a potential continuation here in weekly chart, of course. Colgate, as you can see here, is we have a bullish variance, ADX negative here, volume is very healthy, but of course it's in consolidation phase. Let me show you here the monthly. Monthly is about to fire a buy signal here. I am very bullish here in the long term. Volume is very healthy. Actually, I really like it. Holding this strong area of support, looking for in the long term maybe $100, maybe in the long term. Let's talk about Google. Google actually is interesting here, looking for a pullback. If we catch the MA55, well, it would be very nice because this thing is trending. So I think Maybe next year we will see a pullback. Yeah, of course, definitely yes, but it's gonna take long time. So we have to wait. I think the market is getting ready for a pullback next year, honestly. I think so. Let's see the monthly here. Monthly here, strategy, right? This guy is, what is his name? Michael Taylor. Always he's shilling Bitcoin. So yeah, here is the area. Actually, I'm looking for around a $100, maybe. Potential buy opportunity there. Netflix, obvious pullback in monthly. I think the next big buy opportunity is coming. Yeah, definitely 73, 58. Nvidia getting ready for a pullback. Definitely yes. Looking for 150, 140 in the long term. Pepsi. Well, it's testing the resistance. No, thank you. Let me see monthly. Buy signal here. Okay, so in that case, as investor, of course, this is a nice area to buy. You will have to wait years to see results. Silver, amazing. As I said before, I am bullish here. I know some people. Okay, Michael Saylor, thank you. Because I don't follow news, I am not sure like what is the name of all this kind of people like they are sharing Bitcoin. And as you can see here, I said before, I don't care if people say it's a scam. Well, it's metal, right? So I disagree, right? But the thing is, this is bullish. I follow just the charts, and this is just, there is no resistance. The sky is the limit. Let me see 3 months chart. This is very bullish, my friend. Very bullish. I am very bullish here. Look at this beautiful breakout. ADX positive here. Awesome. Actually, let me see here. Yeah, wonderful. It's actually beautiful here. 98, 2018, and finally breakout here. Okay, let's talk about Sunny pullback weekly chart. I think the market is getting ready for a pullback, as I said before, but that pullback, it should be a buy opportunity. Unity actually was a very nice opportunity. Actually, I couldn't buy Unity, but I was shilling this right? I was actually calling for a massive bounce because we have a bullish average in the monthly here. The entry was around $18. Of course, the resistance was 55, 52 from this point and this point, almost 200%. Very nice, actually. UPS, I am bullish here. ADX negative monthly. I am looking for the test to MA55 around 130 right now. I am bullish here. I am very bullish here. Of course, it's too late. Well, you will have to wait for a pullback if you want to buy. But if you see a UPS around 87.90, well, no financial advice. Therefore, for me, actually, it's a very good entry point. Gold, I am bullish here in the long term. I am very bullish here. Look at this. Beautiful. I am bullish here in the long term. Yeah, on this one, let me see weekly chart. Potential pullback, right? The SP500. Let's talk about the SP500. Let me see. The thing with the SP500, I think you know that, right? Only the top 3 or 4 companies, they are supporting the stock market, right? If they crash, everything is gonna crash, right? If you see the other companies, they are not doing very good. So, if we follow that logic, yeah, we are kind of in a bubble, I think, because if something goes wrong with Microsoft, the top 3, top 4, game over, right? So, yeah, so here, not major issues, actually. I'm thinking, yeah, looking for a pullback here, 6,000, 6,600, a potential bounce, potentially, yes. Let's continue with the currencies. Actually, I'm getting bullish. I'm looking for a pullback for the yen. Let me show you here the weekly chart is looking, actually ADX is about to be negative here, and also sell signal here, looking for a potential pullback, not just only here in the monthly as well. This is actually looking very interesting here. It's looking without volume here. Without volume is actually just holding. Don't get me wrong, I am bullish in the long term. Well, actually I'm expecting the yen to crash in the following years, but I think maybe at least the Q1 and Q2 for the yen, we could see maybe levels of maybe 145, 147, but the trend is your friend until the end, and this thing is trending. As long as it's about the MA100, MA55, I am bullish. I am very bullish here, sadly. But yeah, still looking for 200 here around this area. I don't know when, but yeah, there is a very good chance actually we could see maybe in the following years the yen crashing like this. And there are many reasons. We can talk about it. Of course, this is not a channel for that. There are many channels about Japan. Japan has so many issues, and one of the issues, the biggest issues, at least in my opinion, is there are more dogs than kids in this country. So in a country where you see 90% of all people between 70, 75, even older in the market, wherever you go, you will be surrounded by old people. Don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against old people. Of course not. I'm talking about from financial perspective, economy. That means the pyramid, all the people who actually are working, they are less and less and less and less. So that's why we have to pay more taxes. Plus, as you already know, right, between Korea and Japan, we have the lowest rate of births here in this country. For reasons, of course, this is just my own opinion, right? I can see the Japanese society is more about, is very materialistic, especially girls. You will see girls with Gucci bags and fancy clothes and dressing very well, traveling to many countries, having this like fashion lifestyle. And of course, they don't want to get married because they see that as a lower their standards, you know. You're in my country where 70% of the population, they are middle class. That means guys and girls, they made almost the same money. And of course, girls tend to look up. Always they want someone who is bigger, stronger, whatever, and is making more money. The pool is very small. The pool is very small. That's why many of them decide to just to be alone. That's why if you come to Japan, you will see many girls with pets, chihuahuas, dogs. Yeah, even they are dressing the pets like babies. Yeah, it's a huge thing. Of course, I don't care, like politically maybe it's not correct what I said, but I don't care. I am a politician, right? So that is, you come here, you can see it by yourself. Yeah. I am not saying girls, we cannot blame girls, of course not. That's not my intention, but we see the numbers, and you see the biggest reason why they don't get married is because of financial issues, is because of that. They don't want to lower down their standards in general, right? I have some conversations with some of them, and many of them actually, they say the same thing. It's because we don't have enough money. Really? But you have money to travel to Korea. You have money to travel to Thailand. You have money to buy your Gucci bag. Well, define what is not having money, right? That is the question I have for them, and they are like quiet, right? But well, never mind. This channel is not for that. Just I wanted to share a little bit my own experience living in this country. Okay, now let's continue with another recap for Bitcoin in 1 hour chart. In 1 hour chart here, what I'm looking for here is another buy signal here in 1 hour chart. I'm planning to enter here in a pullback. If we see maybe around $86,000 around here, I will be more than happy to open a long position here, because as I said before, I am looking for a bounce. I am not shorting. This area is to open longs, okay? No shorts, okay? That's all, guys. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.